Welcome to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 1580thepraise.com. And I have Drea. Drea is the owner of Pamper Paws. She is a passionate pet professional whose journey in the industry began as a vet clinic receptionist and blossomed into becoming one of the most sought after, sought after, yes, dog groomers in the business, known as your groomer's favorite groomer, that part. Drea has built a stellar reputation for transforming pets from scruffy to stunning, earning the trust of loyal clients and even celebrity pet owners. Through determination and hard work, Drea has turned her love for pets into a thriving business. So, yes, good evening, Drea. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am great. And let me tell y'all. So, Drea is my cousin, right? But guess what? So, we're internet cousins. So, I'm not sure if y'all ever heard of it, but nobody supports you like a social media friend you never met. That's Drea right there.
Yes, indeed. We have from the moment we connected, we were just in sync.
Absolutely.
I just liked it, and I've never met you in person, but I think you're a great person.
And Drea is fantastic. I love her. I love everything about her. Her spirit. She is just a genuinely beautiful person inside and out. And I'm like, that's my cousin. Her birthday June 16th. Look.
And whose birthday is that?
That's Tupac's birthday. And that's Drea's birthday. So, I mean, we just, Drea, I'm not even sure you remember. I got the Shih Tzu socks from Champ.
Champ. I remember Champ.
Yes. Then I got the collar with Champ's name. He still got that collar. It's still in good condition.
Yep, you sure did.
Girl.
And I appreciate that. See, my internet cousin, you always have supported me.
Yes. And then what you just told me before we got on, you got my book. He was like,
I do. The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles.
Come on now. Yes, hello. So this is genuine. This is my cousin. And so I was scrolling through one day on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, look at that dog. She is, if you guys are in Georgia, if you guys are close to Atlanta, Georgia, you ain't even got to be close. If you just want to fly out, what they say, get flued out, take your dog to go see Drea, because your dog will come out looking amazing. And my dog, he barks going to Cleveland. So I've been getting him boarding, or my neighbors come through for me, but I don't know, maybe he gonna have to get some medicine, so we gotta go see his cousin. He about to be 12 next month, so we need her touch, that love.
You gotta come with me. Yeah, absolutely bring him with me.
Yes, I have to go. Champ need to get, you're going to get him together. He needs it.
How old is he now?
He'll be 12 next month. February the 18th.
Okay.
Yes.
A few days after Valentine's. Okay, you got your love puppy.
A love puppy. And he is so spoiled.
I believe it.
Yes. So back to you, cuz. I mean, how did you get involved in the grooming industry?
Well, I've always loved dogs. That's been my whole life. But I was in college, and I needed a job. And so my cousin was already working for a veterinarian clinic. And so he told the doctors and the directors about me. So I went there, I applied, they loved me, of course.
Yes.
And I started working as a receptionist. So what I was doing, I was checking in the puppies, scheduling appointments, that type of thing. But being the busybody that I am, I just can't be still. That's just always, I can't be still. So the receptionist desk just wasn't for me. So I started, I asked the doctor if I could sit in on some of her surgeries. So she was like, okay, yeah, you can take my surgery notes. And so I actually started out just taking her notes.
Wow.
And I asked her, like, is it possible, because she had a veterinarian vet tech program. So I asked her, could I enroll in her program? And she was like, yeah, you would be a perfect candidate. You love the puppies. You're very inquisitive. So I went through her program, and I became a vet tech. So in terms of medicine, I know everything about a puppy. Most of my clients, they ask me things before they even go to the vet because they're pretty sure that I know. But being a woman,
Mm-hmm.
we always look at the puppies, and I'm like, okay, some of them just needed to be groomed. You know, aesthetically, we just look at things as a woman, and we're like, okay, well, the puppy just needs to be groomed. So I met a groomer while I was a vet tech. I met a groomer, and she recommended that I go to PetSmart because they had a grooming academy. And so I was kind of back and forth. I was doing my vet tech work, and I was in college. I was doing vet tech work, and I was working at PetSmart. So I had a lot going on at once. And eventually I left the veterinarian clinic and went to PetSmart full time. And probably about 8 to 10 months after just working hard and just showing my manager that I was very interested in going to grooming school, she sent me to the grooming academy. And, hey, it's been, up and right, like it's just been, we just took off ever since. After I left grooming school, it's just been, and that was in, what was that, 09?
Oh, wow.
I went to grooming school. Yeah.
Okay. So you said.
So that's how I got started.
So you said that when you worked at the surgeon had you write down her notes, and you asked because you said it was too boring. So everybody out there, if you want something, you got to go get it. You asked. You was like, okay, this is not for me. I could do bigger, better things. Let me go. And you have a passion for dogs and animals. So that's good. You went out and you asked. So you guys go out there and get that. And then also, you positioned yourself. Come on now, when you met the groomer as a vet tech, you worked and positioned yourself. They said go to PetSmart. And once you worked there full time, then you started the Grooming Academy. And that isn't something, they just don't let everyone in the Grooming Academy, right?
Oh, no, it's very rigorous. You really have to, in that entry-level position, you really have to show yourself. You have to be on time for work. You have to be a team player. You have to really show that, okay, this is something that I want. They watch how you interact with the puppies. They don't just send anyone. They watch how the puppies respond to you. And it's a lot that, like, your managers are actually sitting back, just kind of like observing how you interact. And so that kind of determines if they're going to send you to the academy or not.
So once again, everybody out there listening, no matter what you want to do, make sure you do it with grace and do it good. Because, like you said, the managers look at you. They want to make sure that you know what you're doing and how you interact with the puppies. So if you was in there acting up, doing wrong, not coming to work on time, not being a good employee, they would be like, this ain't for you. But since you displayed that, they was like, oh, okay. She would be
you never know you never know who's watching. And I mean that goes for anyone doing anything in life. You never know who is watching you and when is your next opportunity. So you always have to show up and be your absolute best at whatever you do.
Absolutely, yes. Be your absolute best and stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's what I heard too. Come on now. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Come on.
I agree. Amen.
Yes. And then also do it when they do the work, do it unto the Lord. He see that too. He could position you, and that's favor. So God allowed you to be favored from day one in the industry. all the way up to academy, because that ain't something they just say, hey, you go in and get in. It's not. So come on, cousin. That's why.
God is good.
Yes, God is good. Girl. And then what made you walk out? Because, honey, that was in '09 when she started. But now, 2025, she doing big things. What made you walk out on faith and start your own grooming business?
I was kind of forced to walk out.
Okay.
You know, things happen in life where God closes doors so that you can walk into, you can walk into something better. Actually, I got sick. I was working at PetSmart. We all became sick from mold. There was a mold infestation in the building.
Wow.
And so I just couldn't work there anymore. I was having headaches, shortness of breath, and it was really debilitating to the point that I had to go back and forth to doctors. But long story short, once I left there, I kind of just started doing a few dogs here and there. I had already made up in my mind that I wasn't going back and that I also wasn't going to work for anyone else. Mm. And from that point, I started making my flyers. I started passing out cards. Anywhere that there was a community of dogs, I would hang out. Like in Atlanta, there's Piedmont Park. And this is like a whole neighborhood, it's very pet friendly. So I went there. I would hang out at pet stores, just passing my cards out. And not to mention, I took quite a few of my clients with me from PetSmart.
Wow. So
when I started my business, I had maybe 10 to 15 clients. And I started from there. And I went ahead and started posting on social media. I really wasn't posting for clients, actually. I was just posting because I was proud of my work. And from that point, I had people just reaching out like, okay, how do I schedule an appointment? And it didn't dawn on me, okay, you can generate a lot of clients from Instagram. At that time, Instagram was in its early phases, and I was just posting my pictures. It wasn't for me to gain clientele, but that's what happened, basically.
Come on now. And that's, once again, tap back. That's how I met you, from posting your pictures. I was like, oh, my goodness, look at this dog. I mean, just the stuff you can do. It's the colors for me. It's the color. it's the colors for me. I mean, you are amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, you guys going to have to follow my cousin. I'm telling you guys. I mean, she will make that dog look. You'll be like, wait a minute, look at that dog. It's the transformation for me. It's the transformation.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I love how you said you had to walk out on faith. You were sick from the job, and instead of you just waiting until they got that taken care of, you said, I got to do something. And God provided, because a lot of clients said, I want to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't skip a beat.
Once I left, quite a few clients were like, okay, what happened to Andrea? How do we get in touch with her? How do we reach her? And I had a couple of coworkers, because really they're not, once you leave the company, they're not supposed to give the clients your information.
Mm-hmm. You were saying that they weren't supposed to give you the clients, but what happened?
Yeah. Once you leave the company, they're not supposed to share your information with the clients, because of course PetSmart wants the business. So,
mm-hmm.
A lot of my coworkers, they gave my clients my information. So I probably left with quite a few clients, So mm-hmm. That's kind of, they helped me to kind of, grow my business in the beginning. Because those clients also recommended, their friends, coworkers, and so forth. So.
And once again, favor ain't fair. So when you when you are, when this is your purpose. So everybody, that's one reason why we all have to go and find our purpose. When it's your purpose, can't nothing stop you. Come on now. You was sick
Amen.
from that job, from the mold, and that ain't stopped nothing. God just kept on giving you the opportunities and the people and more people, but that's because you're in your purpose. Now, if you was still, come on now, working as a receptionist, I don't know if all this would have happened. But since
and so it's so crazy because once I left the job, the illnesses, the problem subsided. So I was supposed to walk out.
Yes.
That's what I was supposed to do. So
yes.
You just have to follow. You have to follow God's lead, and just know that He's going to take you where you need to be.
Absolutely, and it's also His timing, because you didn't even if it wasn't Mo, you probably would have still been at PetSmart. No telling. Mm-hmm. But since He did that and positioned you, that helped you walk out on faith. So that's an example for everybody. Walk out on faith. Sometimes a door closed, but guess what? When it's with God, He gonna open up 10 million doors. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
One door closes means that something else has to open. So you just have to know that and just keep moving forward.
That part. Keep moving forward and don't give up. Come on now. So if she's not showing you guys what to do and not to give up, y'all better listen. She's dropping some gems. Dropping it from the ATL is in the house. Okay? Yes. Atlanta, Georgia, West Side, right?
Yes, ma'am.
West Side Atlanta. Come on now.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you don't know, you about to really, really know. We just mentioned, when she had some clients, they was referring her to other clients, and cause she is your groomer's favorite groomer. Now, how did that come about?
You know me. I'm very confident. When you know what you're doing, you walk in your confidence. And so, a groomer, a popular groomer, actually, she reached out and she just asked for, some input, some insight, not only just in business, but in terms of just grooming advice. And so she was like, you know what? You're my favorite groomer. And being a groomer herself, for another groomer who was also popular to say, hey, you're my favorite groomer. So I'm like, okay, so I token myself as your groomer's groomer because, people reach out to me, other groomers, and that's where that came from. The fact that other groomers tell me that I'm their favorite groomer.
I love that. Come on now. Somebody that's already in the profession, they're like, you are it. So that's a major compliment. And guess what?
Definitely.
You're not even self-proclaimed. That was actually, you were named that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it speaks. So it's not like it's, cap. No, this is real. This is all real.
Yeah.
Come on
Definitely.
now. So that's good. So you actually, and wait a minute, that's another key. So a lot of people, they get in positions and they don't want to help nobody. Come on now. So they get in a position and they say, I can't help XYZ because that's going to mess up my business. Did that hurt any of your business? You helping somebody else out?
No. That's what we're here for. We're supposed to teach each other.
Come on now.
God put us here to help one another. Even if we're in the same industry, my blessings, another person's blessings doesn't affect mine. So if you reach out to me and you ask for help, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm gonna share information. I'm gonna point you in the right directions. It doesn't affect me. So I just think as a community, we should start helping each other more, especially in this time that we're going through right now. We need each other more than ever. So it doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt me at all to help anyone, not just a groomer, but anybody. People reach out to me all the time asking for advice. What should I do in this situation? And I start what I'm doing, and at least send them some type of resources, information. That's what we're here for.
Come on now. So I love that. Once again, not a gatekeeper. Because
Not at all.
you gotta, when you listen, you gotta catch. And I caught that. Like, wait a minute, they coming to her. And some people, when they get opportunities, they don't want nobody else to know. Because I don't want them to mess up honey, sometimes people get a dress. Where you get the dress from? I can't tell you that. Like, seriously? Because guess what?
I've experienced that before.
Girl. And what type of sense does that make? Make no sense.
Exactly.
Because you're going to rock it different than how I'm going to rock it. So I could tell you where I got it from. Because we ain't the same. We could be at the same party, but I'm going to have the dress on, and you're going to have the dress on, but you're going to just, accessorize different than how I'm going to do it.
Exactly. You bring your own flavor to anything. Anything we do, we can line up 10 people that do the same thing, and everyone has their own uniqueness to what they do. So no one is the same.
No one is the same. And then another thing, people that mess up their blessings. So sometimes when you try to gatekeep, guess what? That's going to stop your blessings. Because God could use you to help somebody you don't know who you talk to that you help to help you to get to a better place than where you was already at.
Yes.
But people don't want to do it. Come on now.
And guess what? Gatekeeping, you don't grow as a person.
That part.
When you don't pass that forward, we're supposed to pass it forward, And when you don't even grow. You stay in the same place, too. Because when I'm teaching you and I'm showing you, I'm also learning something as well.
Right. And so it's a marathon. We're going to get the baton, and I'm going to give you the baton. That's how we're going to keep on going. We're going to pass the baton. Once I pass it, somebody else need it, we're going to go ahead and pass it. Come on now.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
And a lot of stuff, too, is on, and I tell a lot of people, because sometimes I'm like, I just went out and did this. But I'll tell people, too, Google, Chat, GPT, and YouTube. That always helped, too. If somebody wanted, I'm like, okay, you know what? I did it this way, but I don't know if I did it the right way. So I'll send them a YouTube. I'll be on it. They be like, can you such? Go straight to YouTube, such, boom. You know what I'm saying? And
it's funny you mentioned YouTube. That's how I learned how to color dogs. I actually reached out to a groomer, and she wanted to charge me this astronomical fee to teach me how to color. So I went on YouTube. I'm pretty much an easy learner. I'm a quick learner, and I went on there, and I had quite a few customers just allowed me to practice on their dogs, and that's how I learned. So yeah, YouTube is one of your greatest assets.
Absolutely. And a lot of people don't even want to utilize that. Like, go to YouTube. Like you said, I be on YouTube a lot. I did the same thing. I got my manicurist license in 21. And some stuff we learned in school. Because when you in school, they just going to teach you the basics. Like, be for real. They ain't going to teach you everything. YouTube. I passed the test because of YouTube. I'm like, these people got me together. I sent them both a message. One was in Akron, Ohio. One was in Cleveland. I said, thank you, because you helped me pass the test. But, yeah, a lot of stuff, I just go online. I tell people that all the time. And I also tell people, God is not a respecter of person. If he do it for me, he could do it for you. But these are the tools that I use. Like, I use Google, Chat, GPT, and YouTube. That's what like you just said, it works. So for people out there,
those are our resources.
Yes.
Reach out to, a lot of times you don't have to pay for things. The things that people are selling online, the business coaches, I don't knock that, but most of those things are free. If you just sit down and research, most of those things that you're paying for are free.
Come on now. Knowledge is free.
It is.
Come on now. The library is free. Come on now. Look.
Come on.
So my cousin Andrea, so honey, we've been we did the fast.
Yes.
the Fast Lane Fast track from Pastor Mike in Birmingham, Alabama, Rock City. Shout out to Pastor Michael. So we did that, and then you were talking about a book you wanted to read and how you were building your library and everything. So I sent you what was it, Atomic? I think it was the Habits one. And you was like, no, I want to get it from my library. You like physical books. I like physical books too. But then sometimes I'm like, let me go on Hoopla. Because I be needing to listen. Because sometimes I need that. Because I'll do it while I'm getting dressed. I'll listen.
Yeah.
You know?
I listen. I do that when I'm working.
Yep.
I listen. But then I still like the physical copy also. So
absolutely.
that's me. I may buy both the physical and the audio.
Yes. But the library has apps, so you guys don't even have to go in the library anymore. So I know they have the Hoopla app. All libraries don't have the same app, but contact your local library and see what app that they have for, so you guys can get those resources. We are dropping gems and telling you guys how to do stuff. Yeah. Just go ahead and do it like Nike. Okay?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Stop waiting. Don't hold back. This year, we are pressing the button. No more holding on to the gifts. Press the button, get the resources, and do what you need to do.
We are pressing a button. We are going to thrive, and we are going to help others. Yes.
Amen.
So, on helping others, how can they reach you, cuz?
Primarily, I'm on Instagram, pampered_pause with a Z, PAWZ. I'm also on TikTok at Pampered Pause ATL. If you're in Atlanta, you can look me up, and I'm your girl.
And she is your girl. And look, even if you ain't in Atlanta, you can look her up because she's still your girl. I'm in Ohio. And
yes, I have clients that fly here.
See?
I have a client. I was telling you, one of my clients, she lives in Houston. She comes here every 3 weeks to get her puppy groomed. She get on a plane, she comes to Atlanta every month, faithfully.
Look at that. So I'm telling y'all the truth. So we are going to get into this next week. But you can always reach me, Kay Willis, Positive Vibes Talk Show at gmail.com. And I also have the YouTube channel, Kay Willis, Positive Vibes Podcast on YouTube. And once again, it's Kay Willis on 1580thepraise.com, a Gold Chip communication station. Like, share, and subscribe to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Check out my book, The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles, a 31-day journey to positive living, available on Amazon.com. Just type Kay Willis. And thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast.